Get you guys ready to go for uh, upcoming shows. We got a lot of shows coming up. And then maybe Spider and I will actually talk about how we promote and do things. It's an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
All right. Be right back, guys.
Woohoo! Let's Talk About the Music is starting.
What is Let's Talk About the Music, and why are you so excited about it?
It's a podcast with controversial talk and a global mix of music.
Oh, cool. How and where can I listen?
Just go to letstalkaboutthemusic.com and click follow to be sure to get all the info about the bands that are playing and see their music videos. Then click on Spreaker or iTunes to listen live and even chat with other listeners and the host herself.
What day and time is Let's Talk About the Music on?
Every Wednesday night from 8 p.m. to midnight Pacific Standard Time.
I think I'll tune in. Thanks for the info.
Wednesday, June 29th on Let's Talk About the Music, meet Italian guitarist Mirko Filacchioni and hear songs from his latest EP, In Guitar We Trust. Tune in from 8 p.m. to midnight to hear it live at letstalkaboutthemusic.com.
Hi, this is Defected from Finland, and you're listening to Let's Talk About the Music.
talk about the music. That's my girl, Defected. Am I saying her name correctly, Spider?
Defected.
Defected Kid. That's I keep saying defected. Yeah. Anyway.
Defected. One
defected?
word.
Okay, defected. All right. See, I'm even pronouncing my own. I discovered her. I found her, not on Music Submit or anything. Found her on. Actually, I found her on your SoundCloud. Actually.
Yep, I favored a few of her songs. I actually had her do guest vocals on a track for my previous album, and that album didn't really sell too much just because it was good. I mean, I liked it, but it was kind of a dark, kind of really introspective album, so I can understand it didn't get as much success as some of them do. But yeah, she was on a track on that album, which is kind of in limbo, considering. I mean, there's a bit of a communication gap right now, so I'm trying not to get stuck in any future royalties issues with that, so I don't have the track really posted at the moment for direct download, but maybe sometime in the future.
Yes. That'd be kind of fun. I'd be happy to hear you listen to that. That'd be kind of cool.
It's a good track. I really liked putting it together.
Cool. Speaking of trying to pronounce things, you're going to be in a treat next week, Spider. We have an Italian coming on the show from Italy, and he has decided just now on Facebook that he is going to teach me how to speak Italian.
Oh, see, that's exciting.
Yeah, so instead of talking about the music, we're going to teach Shels how to pronounce things in Italian. I could barely pronounce things in English.
I take the Bruce Willis in Fifth Element approach. I speak English and bad English.
Yeah, he and I have been joking on Facebook about it. It's like, really? You're gonna teach me how to speak Italian on the air? He just messaged back 25 minutes ago. Yes. Oh, that's gonna be interesting. So I guess we'll go ahead and start talking about who's coming on next week. So, Marco Franco, which I can now pronounce his name, he's coming on. Here's his little teaser for. He did the station ID for me, so he can actually pronounce his name for me. And also, Erica, our promoter, or not promoter, but our voiceover, also want to make sure she got it correctly. So he did this for us.
Hi, this is Mirko Filacchioni from Rome, Italy, and you're listening to Let's Talk About Music.
No, that's him. He's going to be on the show next Thursday. Sorry, next Wednesday. I don't know what day it is anymore. Next Wednesday, his Thursday morning. So it's 5 o'clock in the morning, his time. He's going to be on the air, and I am super excited.
Shels has a thing for Italian speakers.
I just know, and not just Italian. I just love people with accents, and it's just fascinating. If you had a better accent, I would be all over you too. Not really. No, not like that. But you know.
Let's backpedal very quick.
Yeah, just very quickly. Yeah, very quickly. So yeah. It's to next week's show is going to be very, very interesting. All right, so real quick before we get into more details of the shows, Day of Music.
Yes, this is our weekly segment of this day in music history. I'm going to have to come up with a really good sound effect that I'm going to have to send so we can
and we're trying
do some kind of special.
Right, and then we're also trying to make this portion of the show try in the middle of the show, but we get kind of stuck in the conversation that we kind of forget until we do back down to the end of the show.
See, that's what we need, some kind of special, like, alarm that's not really an alarm, but like a special musical da-da-da-da-da that says, oh, hey, guess what time it is? It's time for this thing. And we do this day in music.
We really, that old-fashioned, this day, the old-fashioned alert meal, whatever it was, back in the 19-whatevers. We should have that.
I'll take a look and see if I can dig one up.
Okay. Anyway.
But yes, this day in music. Couple of good ones today. In 1962, Ray Charles started a 14-week run at number 1 on the U.S. album chart with modern sounds in country and western music. That was in 1962. Of course, country and western around that time is a little different than it is today. I can't say that today's is particularly of my taste. No offense to anyone out there who may enjoy that kind of thing. But I think I'll take the 60s country and western over the 2000s as personal preference goes.
I like the 1990s country because it was more rock country.
Maybe a little. I'm still more of a fan of the old Johnny Cash kind of thing than anything else.
Yeah, I like Shania Twain. So, I'll just let you know right now.
I won't take that personally.
So did you just own me?
No. We're all allowed to have our guilty pleasures.
That's good.
I'm sure some of mine will come up at some point in the future.
Yes. Anything else on this day of music?
At the same time, in 1962, this day, the film soundtrack to West Side Story went to number 1 on the UK charts for the first time, and it spent a total of 13 weeks at number 1 on 7 different locations. So, very popular Broadway musical soundtrack there, West Side Story. Now, in 1966, a band that, of course, no one has ever heard of before, the Beatles, had their 10th consecutive UK number 1 single with Paper Bag Writer.
Who are they? Who's Paul McCartney?
The track is marked by the boosted bass guitar sound throughout, partly in response to John Lennon demanding to know why the bass on a certain Wilson Pickett record far exceeded the bass on any Beatles records. So a little bit of competition there between John and some other artists, which probably tended to happen. It still happens today.
Of course.
And also on this day in 1975, during his Welcome to My Nightmare tour in Vancouver, Canada, Alice Cooper fell from the stage and broke 6 ribs.
Ouch.
Ooh. That sounds like it would have been a difficult performance.
Oh, that's ew, that's gotta hurt.
6 ribs is not some minor damage. That's probably pretty difficult. I wonder if he was able to finish the tour after that, because I think that would impact a little bit of breathing.
Yeah. Speaking of tour, kind of changing the subject here for a second. Does anyone